By the way, we have a special guest who's ready to come in from backstage, and if I remember correctly, we have Steffie Antony, who you both mentioned to me when we were preparing the other day, and I read a mix
Hey,
online.
Steffi.
There she is. Hey,
Hi,
Steffi.
Hi, Ellen. Hi,
how are
Julian.
you?
And
How you doing?
maybe, I don't know, Julian or Ellen, you want to talk a little bit about how you got to know Steffi? And I know, Steffi, you believe you're a Full Sail University student. And where are you joining us from today?
From Indonesia.
Ah,
Woo. Okay. Well, I'll jump in there. We do live masterclasses in terms of live in-person masterclasses, and the last one that we did a few months ago, we thought it'd be great to kind of throw the challenge out to students primarily, for a new song to be recorded at a class. So we made it available to anyone who'd been a student at any of our courses and classes, and also to Full Sail, who's been using our courses for many years now. And we had lots and lots and lots and lots of entries, and it was funny because I was kind of going through the first kind of bunch of songs that came in, and kind of as I feared, a lot of them were kind of X-rated lyrics and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, careful what we wish for here, but probably not going to be suitable for a kind of public-facing masterclass. And then this song came on. I went, oh my God, this is incredible. And there's a key change. Whatever next? Key changes are just not things you hear. And anyway, this went to the kind of top of the pile, and got into the top 10 to be kind of chosen from, and it won. And this was a song by Steffi, and just an incredibly mature song, sounding both young and modern, and also, don't we say it could have been written by Hoagie Carmichael, but you know what I mean. It was a good song with a very well crafted, chord structure and stuff like that, and yet it felt modern, and it was a joy to record. I mean, I'll let Alan take on from there. But
I'm hoping we can actually put it out so that everyone can hear it. We should talk about it.
It deserves to be out there.
But, yes, it was great fun, and I think I'm allowed to say that Steffi flew out to Santa Barbara at Full Sail's expense, which I think was a very nice.
Now they're all going to ask, right? Yeah, no, it was wonderful. Thank you, Full Sail, for supporting your students like that. I mean, that was big. Yeah. Just to ask Steffi, I think she was one day just minding her own business in class down in Orlando, and the next minute she's on a plane coming to Santa Barbara. Kind of how did that experience change a lot? Anything in your kind of your approach to songwriting and recording? It'd be interesting to hear kind of now, after a few months, what you feel.
Steffi, what are your big takeaways from this experience? Wow.
It's just crazy. I was not expecting anything from just submitting my demo, and I received an email. I just freaked out because I didn't expect it to win the songwriting contest.
And what are your big takeaways? Like, what did you learn getting to go do that, working with Ellen and Julian? And
I mean, they're clearly experts in the music industry. They've been in the industry for so long, and everything is just fast-paced, very hands-on. He knows what to do. I mean, I remembered how we recorded like 2 songs in a day, which is really, really fast.
And I think also it was funny to watch Steffi. I mean, she came into this session full of people who'd paid to come to the class as well, so they were there to learn, and she was obviously pretty kind of nervous. And as the days went on, you could literally see her grow taller. She just became comfortable, and Alan would suggest something, and she'd go, no, she would. She would be able to kind of respond to, whether this take was better than that take, or whether this sound was right. So I'm sure that the level of kind of examination when you're recording was probably greater than normally one would get if you were just doing it yourself. And hopefully that's.
She also had to put up with a dozen other producers apart from us.
That's right.
Everyone.
Only a dozen.
Everybody who has an opinion as well, exactly. But she rose to the challenge, it was a pretty daunting thing for anybody, much less someone who's kind of at the beginning of their career. But
have your first studio experience with 15 or 16 people in the room, but she was,
right,
like I said, very tolerant. And,
but if Alan's experience is anything to go by, Steffi, his first recording sessions, were with George Martin, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison, and Jeff Emerick, and look what happened to him. So hopefully, starting off with some really big, heavy-hitting experiences will just make you go on even further. I think and I think that's seriously if you can kind of see what can be done, I think that is a very empowering. When you're recording at home, you maybe settle for something because you don't know that it could be better. Whereas if you kind of jump into a fairly high-end environment where you're hearing, great playing, great sounds, then you go, oh, wow, yeah, now I know that can be done. That raises your game.